At Key of Hope, we work with a lot of broken children. That's why we came to South Africa in the first place. And one of the best ways that we can reach these kids on a deep and intimate level where they can be loved is through Kids Camp. So you're probably wondering what Kids Camp is. So essentially, Kids Camp is where we take our most broken kids, or our kids who are struggling most throughout the year, and we take them away to the beautiful South African countryside where it's just far away from everything and they can truly escape. And maybe like this year, these kids, maybe they lost a family member, maybe their house burned down. In fact, there's one kid that I'm thinking of in particular, and his dad was actually murdered like last week before he came to camp. So hopefully that gives you an idea of just what kind of kids we're dealing with and just how broken they are on the inside. But that's where camp comes in. That's where we get to just, as a staff, pour into them and love them for an entire week. They are being constantly reminded of how valued they are and how special they are, how gifted they are, things that they never hear when they're at home, things that they never get told. And for a lot of these kids, trust is something that they don't have, even at Key of Hope. Even though we visit them every week and we see them at our programs, it's still very hard for them to open up to us because of how much they carry and how much they deal with at home. They just don't have capacity. So, like I said before, I mean, for an entire week, these kids get to have 3 meals every single day. They get their own bed to sleep in. We give them, gifts. We give them, new shoes. We give them new blankets so they can keep warm. And we give them new clothes that they can wear and new toiletries, toothbrushes, toothpaste, things that, they probably don't get provided for at home. But all that is great, but the most important thing about Kids Camp is that we remind these kids that they are loved and that they are valued by their Heavenly Father, and that they are more than their circumstances, and that they are more than the bad things that happen to them, because they are children of God. And camp is the best way that we can show them that love. I wish I could bring you here and just make you see it for yourself, because it's almost like magic. It truly is. Like transformation from a kid when they arrive on Monday to when they leave on Friday. You wouldn't even believe the transformation that happens. Like I said, I can't put it in words, but it truly is beautiful. And the only reason that we are able to do things like camp is because generous supporters keep giving to Key of Hope. And if you do that, that is amazing, and we love you and we are so grateful. And if this is your first time hearing about Key of Hope, or if you've maybe heard about us before, I would just really encourage you to get behind what we are doing here in South Africa. And not even through giving, if you just want to subscribe or even word of mouth, just tell people about what God is doing here. We would really appreciate it. So thank you, and we'll see you again in the future.